Yo, what's up, guys? This is Ganondalf again. I'm back with another trade review. This trade I'm actually still currently in. Happy to take a loss, happy to take a win because right now it's a good trade. There's no reason to get out yet. I did make one mistake here, as I'm still. Well, we'll get into that actually in a second. But anyways, this trade is a short on the Japanese Usdjpy pair. So here's more or less the logic behind this. Again, we have accumulation, manipulation, and what I'm waiting for is a distribution, which is also in accordance with these equal highs. Breakout to get all these orders out and liquidity out of the market, and then a reversal. So that's the idea, that's the narrative behind this. We'll zoom in more into the technicals here. So we're on the daily here. Candles are a little too tight to really tell what's going on, so we'll go to the 4 hour. If we look at the 4 hour, this is an obvious fair value gap here. You can see we previously rejected here, which is where I was hoping we'd continue, but didn't, which is okay. But the initial trade, I actually got in short in here on this fair value gap. So got in short here. This was the first displacement leg that I saw. I liked it. I liked that massive wick. There were some issues, and here's what I was talking about with the slight mistake I made. This was the first logical underneath these lows, the first logical take profit area, but just due to the funding firms that are around, you can't really set multiple TPs to scale out. You have to have one TP, or maybe I just haven't figured it out, but there is no logical like multiple scale out entry orders, and wasn't at the charts during this time. This was at 5 a.m. and it got bought up in the morning. So anyways, so I ended up holding that trade, which I think should still head lower. But because it came back, I did add in again here. So added in again here into this next fair value gap, which did have a sell-off, but got rebought. And I really like this though, because after we came and grabbed some liquidity, we came up here and broke a high and then sold off, and now we're doing the same thing again. So I think that this is manufacturing liquidity here. Sharp sell off, more sell orders here to come and get out while we didn't break that low. So everything's still in play here. Obviously this could come up my stops here and get me out. Totally fine with that. Just a losing trade, but still a good trade in my opinion. So with my rules. So I'm going to dive more into some of the real reasons I got into this, because with these larger time frame trades, I have more of a fundamental requirement, a lot of fundamental requirements to even take the trade. So let's start with some seasonal tendencies is the first thing I look at to justify getting in short, even though the chart was telling me to. These tendencies are extremely bearish here for USD/JPY. For the last 20 years, I filtered out these smaller time frame. So starting now, this summer, we should get a tendency to go lower until the fall. So that checked the box. And then the other thing I look at too is the commitment of traders report, and I look at the commercials. So here's the commercial chart. Here's the price chart for the Japanese yen. This is just the Japanese yen, so it'll be basically inverse of the dollar, the USD/JPY pair that we just took a look at. So it's the inverse Same thing, you got the equal lows, broke the equal lows to sweep these orders out. And then now this is where I take a deep dive into the COT chart. So I like to look at, just use a line to kind of separate, just to help me visually look at what's happening. Obviously when this goes down, they're hedging short or selling longs, doesn't really matter. That's basically how I interpret it. And then as it comes up higher, they're selling their shorts or they're getting longer. So you can see here at this low, there was a corresponding buy up and then a sell off into that top. And then they got short here into this top. And you can see as it dragged down, they got more long, boom, sold it off, got more short, and then boom, they're getting more long. And then they really sold this top here while also still making higher lows. So the chart's making lower lows, commercials are making higher lows, and you can see this is kind of a range that got broken here as they got very long into here. So they took a lot of profit off the table here as we move down this way, and I really like that because that just shows they're liking this level. So obviously we want to see this keep continuing higher and for this to keep grinding higher. So to me, this is more of just a narrative sort of a analysis where I'm looking for commercials to be buying, and you can clearly see they've been hedging longer and longer as the JPY keeps coming down. So fundamentally, we want to see the BOJ, Bank of Japan, maybe tighten or something of the sort. So far, that's kind of what this move was for. I think they raised interest rates from negative to flat, and what we want to see is hopefully maybe another fundamental reason. But other than that, that's nothing we can really analyze or predict with any sort of analysis. That's just more of a if they're going to do it or not thing. But this confirms my idea. Whether it does take me out, I'll still be looking, if we're still in a seasonal time frame, I'll still be looking for reasons to get back in. So ideally, this is a big enough risk to reward for me to scale out pretty early, but honestly, this could really go for a bigger move because of the chart. So due to the way that funding firms work, I'll be scaling out pretty early though. But honestly, I could see this maybe coming back to the middle of this range here, if not deeper, but I'll be scaling out on the first reasons to get out. So because the risk reward's really good for me, there's no need to chase. I'll probably leave a runner if I need to, but I'll probably pass my firm with this trade if it works out. So no need to get greedy because it wouldn't work anyways. But yeah, so that's the chart. DXY obviously comes into play, and I am bearish the DXY. If you take a look here, we've rejected this daily order block. We have created equal highs here, so eventually that will be taken, I think. But everything I've been looking at on the DXY looks like it wants further downside, and you can see it's already getting that. If you look at the 4-hour, daily is clearly down. 4-hour looks like we have come down. I mean, this could easily come back up, somewhere, maybe come back, retest this, whatever it wants to do, but still it is bearish on the daily, especially with this displacement. So could rally range here a little longer, but overall looking down, and maybe down here to this weekly fair value gap as a long-term idea. So dollar agrees with this. COT data, commitment of traders report data, and we also have the seasonal tendency. So yeah, there's the trade. Could have taken a small, or I should have taken partials here. Didn't. It's okay though. Got in bigger size here, reduced my risk, and now we're just waiting to see if this will make a move. Obviously today's a holiday. It's the Memorial Day Monday. And yeah, that's the trade setup. So I'll update this as we have something happen, if there's a reason to get out or a signal to get out anywhere, or if I am liquidated. So until next time, or until something updates, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.